Good morning. This is going to be my first vlog for a very long time, and a lot has happened in that period, and I'm looking a bit groggy because I've got man flu, I've got a cold, and Tracy and I have just come back from 3 weeks in India, where we've been riding motorcycles around Rajasthan, and it was a fabulous trip, but it was early starts, a lot of riding. We've done 1,800 kilometers in the 2 weeks of riding, and then on top of that we've celebrated Diwali in Jaipur, and then we've gone on down to Agra and been to the Taj Mahal, and then down to Delhi. Delhi was interesting because I managed to meet up with my old friend. He was my sales agent many years ago. I haven't seen him for 34 years, and his lovely wife Radhika, and Tracy and I went to their home for afternoon tea and a couple of drinks, and it was just fabulous. The years just fell away like they do sometimes, you know. And I spent a lot of time with Sanjay during the bulk of my travelling in India. Interestingly for me, this was my 50th visit to India, but my first holiday. It was Tracy's first visit to India, and it was very nice to share that experience. So we had a great time. We rode Royal Enfield Bullet 500cc motorcycles, which are made in India, ideal for the conditions, and yeah, it tested us pretty well. We had to do some things on those bikes. I ride up a sand dune to get to the desert camp, where we spent an evening under the stars after local dancing and drums and dinner and what have you. But so the culmination of that is I've come back a little bit jet lagged, a little bit under the weather, having had a fabulous trip. And the purpose of the vlog is to get back on track with Cambridge, which is now called 1-to-1. And for those that have followed this channel in the past, I had a hugely successful experience where I lost 5 stone. And sadly, like so many people, over the last 2 and a bit years, I put that weight, not quite all of it to be fair, but I put a big chunk of that weight back on, and it's just not good. I've tried a little bit of Slimming World, which my niece has been hugely successful at over 2 years, losing about 4 stone, and people say it is the way to go. But for me, I need to, I haven't got my head in the right space. And in all my previous vlogs, I spoke a lot about the mental, because this is, I've always said this is all in your head. And but I've come back from India. The weight I carry is around my middle, and it is impacting on things that I can do, and it affects my motorcycling, which is a huge part of our lives. It affects me insofar as I can't go out and buy the clothing that I want to buy. You know, when you get into the larger sizes in motorcycle clothing, everything's black. In the smaller sizes, you can get somewhat more bright, you know, some brighter colours, some greys and other colours, which are a bit more fun. And so it does affect what you can and can't do. Obviously, long-term health is a major issue, and I've got to get back on track. In 2018, I did enough to regain my Class 1 medical for aviation. I re-evaluated and got my pilot's license back, my private pilot's license back, which was quite an achievement because I hadn't flown for 10 years. And I got my license back in about, let's say 5 hours. It was about 4.5, but about 5 hours, including my test. So I was absolutely thrilled. I was more thrilled about my medical, but I've kind of bounced outside of those conditions now, and it's hurtful, really, and it's self-inflicted, and that's the crazy thing about this. You know it's self-inflicted. Now, I started back on 1-to-1 Cambridge and was making progress, and then of course this trip came up, which we booked a year ago, and there's no way, I'm sorry, hand on heart, there's no way I could have maintained taking 3 weeks worth of Cambridge with me to India and doing what we did. So I made the decision that it would be my last hurrah. I've never been a huge lover of Indian food, despite my time I spent in India. But I have to say, really enjoyed it. It got a bit samey towards the end because we were having a lot of Indian buffets, which there is a limitation. And I suppose it would be the same if it was English food. What do you do on a buffet? Roast beef, roast turkey, roast lamb, and veg. So if you had a buffet twice a day for 3 weeks, it's going to be a bit samey. But we thoroughly enjoyed the experience, and my goal was to start back on 100% Cambridge today, and that's what I've done. The big thing is, of course, the water and 4 products. So I've got to up my water intake again and stick to 4 products a day. I've decided that I'll do a vlog because it certainly helped greatly on my big push when I did things so well. And back in those days I had great support with my friend Ollie Exley, who of course pushed hard on soul source and reversing out and going to the gym, etc. And he had achieved great results. And I was in the same building as Ollie and the same building as Mitch. So I'm back with Mitch. I haven't phoned him yet since we got back from India, but I'll be seeing him this week for my first official weigh-in with him, and then I'll report on how it goes. But I'm motivated. I don't want to carry this middle weight any longer. It's embarrassing, and it's obviously affecting many aspects of my life. I have to say that I'm pleased that my knees, which had been suffering quite badly, have not been a problem, but my legs get tired. And I can remember when I lost my first stone, picking up a bag with a stone in it and carrying it and thinking, oh my God, you know, and then I lost 5 stone. And I've let that go, and I'm embarrassed about it. But it's what happened, and we'll see what we can do this time. Of course, on that occasion, I was living pretty much on my own, and my fridge had water in it, and that's not to say that it's anybody else's fault, because it isn't. But if you don't have the stuff in the house, then you tend not to put yourself in a position where if you have a weak moment, you can say, oh, okay, it doesn't really matter. And I know to my cost that it really does matter. And of course your consultant, I mean, in my case Mitch, knows that if you're really eating 4 products a day, you can do nothing but lose weight. It's simple. So you can only kid yourself, frankly. And certainly, as I've already said, vlogging helped tremendously, because it gave you a sense of responsibility to others that may be watching your channel. So wish me luck, and we'll see how we go. I'm confident that I'm determined. We've got a lot of stuff, Tracy and I, coming up in the future. We've got lots of exciting things planned. We're going to Iceland. We're going to Reykjavik for Christmas. We're going to Madeira in the summer, and we have a trip planned to the Picos de Europa in Spain on our bikes. In September we got the ferries are booked, and we have so far we've got 5 other couples have booked with us, and we're going to put the trip together, so that's something to look forward to. But I want to be slimmer. I'm not looking to lose stupid amounts. I mean, I do need to lose 5 stone, it's true, but I'm not looking to halve my weight or be unrealistic. I'll just be happy to get back to where I was and maintain, and of course watch this space for the maintaining, because that's really the difficult part. It's introducing food and keeping a strict regime to ensure that you reverse out of soul source in a proper way. So done it once before, then I let it slip. So yeah, well, I'm on my way to Bridgend this morning.
On the A473.
And I've got this cold, which is a bloody nuisance. A bit sniffly, but I've got my day nurse with me, and we'll see how the day goes. But hopefully I've still got some followers. I guess when I edit this and post it, then I'll find out. But anyone else that's still doing the Cambridge, good luck, and stick with it, and we'll catch you later. Have a great